Yeah, so in case you missed it, on February 7th, 2020, federal agents arrested Dr. Charles Lieber, chair of Harvard's University's Department of Chemistry and Chemical Biology, with lying to the Department of Defense about secret monthly payments of 50,000 paid by China, receipts of millions more to help set up a chemical biological research laboratory in China. Also arrested were two Chinese students working as research assistants, one of whom was actually a lieutenant in the Chinese military, specifically the army. The other captured at Logan Airport as he tried to catch a flight to China, smuggling what they said is 21 vials of sensitive biological material or samples, according to the FBI. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the research lab the good professor had helped set up. It's located at the Wuhan University of Technology. Wuhan, China is ground zero to the global pandemic, as we all know. It is supposedly the home of the you-know-what virus, which supposedly spread rapidly and killing so many people. At the time, on BBC News, they said that there's 3 cases that got there super fast in the UK. Now, it didn't come from China. They said it was almost like it was transferred, but it was not human to human, almost like someone is trying to spread it. They said like a biochemical attack. The company Chiron got a patent on the virus in 2006. The same company that specializes in vaccines and genetic engineering. They got a patent on the virus vaccine itself in 2014 and was approved in 2019. Pretty convenient. The chemical company that has the patent on the virus also specializes in vaccines, genetic research, and much more. A company called Novartis purchased the Chiron company for $5 billion and had responded to the virus pretty fast. Convenient, they sell the company to make it seem like it's not just one company, but it's the same. The company Chiron is the monsters, and now a different company called Novartis will be the savior, even though it's the same people who run it and operate it. It's all the same entity. A lot of misdirection in it. Being carried in the left hand of Mercury, the messenger of the gods, guide of the dead, of the shepherds, gamblers, liars, and thieves. Some accounts suggest that the oldest known imagery for Caduceus has its roots in Mesopotamian origin, with the Sumerian god Ninkajita, whose symbol, a staff with 2 snakes intertwined around it, dates back to 4000 BC to 3000 BC. Centaur human and joined at the waist to the body and legs of a horse. These creatures represented barbarism and unbridled chaos. So many this whole thing is just wild. So many third-party companies have requested access to the vaccines, and all have been denied, and independent researchers have been denied access. Why? Every other vaccine created in history of this entire government even insisted for third-party and independent research be done, but specifically not this one. They are literally going against the Freedom of Information Act. And so many people lost their jobs and places of employment because of this bullshit because they wouldn't receive the vaccine. It's just wrong. If your boss or anyone else threatens you with firing or anything else if you don't get vaccinated, don't refuse it. The secret is not to refuse the jab, and do not sign anything. If you're being forced to vax in order to keep your job or place of employment, here's a great way to handle it. I write with regard to the matter of potential COVID vaccine and my desire to be fully informed and appraised of all facts before going ahead. I'd be most grateful if you could please provide the following information in accordance with statutory legal requirements. Can you please advise the approved legal status of any vaccine and if it is experimental? Can you please provide details and assurances that the vaccine has been fully, independently, and rigorously tested against control groups and the subsequent outcomes of those tests? Can you please advise the entire list of contents of the vaccine I am to receive, and if there are any toxins in the vaccine or anything that can be toxic to the body. You probably won't get this because even third-party biological research centers are not even being granted access to the vaccine and what's in it. That's the weird thing. Another one to ask, can you please fully advise of all the adverse reactions associated with this vaccine since its introduction? Can you please confirm that the vaccine you are advocating is not experimental or mRNA gene altering therapy? Can you please confirm that I will not be under any duress from yourselves as my employers in compliance with the Nuremberg Code? Can you please advise me of the likely risk of fatality should I be unfortunate to contract COVID and the likelihood of my recovery? Can you please advise me if I were to experience any adverse reactions? Is the manufacturer of the vaccine liable? If the manufacturer isn't liable, will the company I'm currently employed with be responsible and liable as it is their request that I have the vaccine in order to carry on my employment? Once I have received the above information in full, I am satisfied that there is no threat to my health. I will be happy to accept your offer to receive the treatment, but with certain conditions, namely the ones I just listed. Can you confirm in writing that I will suffer no harm? Following acceptance of this, the offer must be signed by a fully qualified doctor who will take full legal and financial responsibility for any injuries occurring to myself and or from any interactions by authorized personnel regarding these procedures. In the event that I should have to decline the offer of vaccination, please confirm that I will not compromise my position and that I will not suffer prejudice and discrimination as a result. I would also advise that my inalienable rights are reserved. The point is that they cannot provide the information. You've just not refused.